Jump start here 12 months ago. I know we've got that up our sleeves.
Oh,
and we might have to speak of. Here he is, sliding his way through MG.
We had full lock on there. They just cracked the throttle very early, and he's decided to do the right thing, keep the speed up, because you'll get bogged there pretty quickly.
Western Sydney Motorsport entry. Way, there's a spin. And Andy Kiss.
So it looks very nice and straight, and Andy. His accident replacement is in the panel business. Right to drive, but a well turned out ute. And Andy, perhaps let's have a look here on the replay. So comes down. I reckon he might touch that outside painted line, which he does with the left rear. And you can see it's actually still wet on the edge of the track. So a bit of a harmless low speed spin. We saw a lot of cars going straight. If we can, or get Cam to keep an eye on. Oh no.
Goodness. That's a huge spin at turn 3.
And it's Mason. So that he'll get stuck there if he doesn't get moving quickly and rock that car out of the gravel.
Wow.
That's a big off. I'm assuming, it's hard to know, Chad, where that is. So the engine stalled.
I think that's the sand trap or gravel trap at the entrance to turn 4. So he's lost it through 3.
Very lucky to get out of there. Oh, so he's had a big one under braking down into Honda corner, and he's going to... So there's a road that goes all the way around the outside of the track here, which is doing the right thing. He's braking and accelerating, trying to get rid of all the gravel. Let's have a look what happened here. So he's going around... Oh, he's gone out onto the damp around Royal Harris, who's decided to abort his lap. And then he's locked up. I'd say he's locked the rears in front of Roll. This is going to be a good effort by Roll to miss him.
That is a huge moment.
And look, it's just broken the rear tray cover, just about snapped it clean in half.
Now, he'll have to be careful about that, because if he's driving back to the pits at speed, that'll pop up again on the way back around the hay shed.
I've never seen that. I've never seen any of those open without contact, for starters, and that's a big off.
The last time I saw one of those trays pop up was on his car at Sandown, where he went into the fence, but that was
after contact with the wall.
Big smack on the fence.
So maybe that's a new way of slowing the car. It's like the drag
NASCAR
racing, where you pop the chutes. He's popped the rear tray up for a little bit more retardation.
That's the new aerodynamic genius at work there in the Utes. The tray pops up, and there you go. It's off now.
So that will completely rip off the back of that car. Debris everywhere. It's coming into the lane.
Good to see the Utes have still got it, Cam.
Oh, God.
It still manages to throw out a surprise or two in this category.
Still got the nice little cover over it there. Whoop,
oh, no.
They're off.
That's a long way off.
And that's the exit of turn 1, rejoining halfway. I've never actually seen anyone go that far around.
Not enough drivers have their full name in their name graphics.
So let's have another look at real speed.
What do you reckon the speeds are there? Nearly 200?
Oh, that would be 200. Yeah, I'm not sure Mason can blame Ryle for that. I mean, Ryle can decide. Didn't look like he jumped on the brakes. Ryle can choose to, to get out of it.
Here we go. Maybe just locking up the rears there.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I just get a gut feeling that Ordino wasn't really close enough, was he? I think.
If they do engage in a bit of a fight here, oops, Skipperus is off the road after making his drive through. This is heading wildly around at turn 1.
You can hear the throttle and the V8, who's probably just a little eager to get back on the road. So you can hear it. It literally sounds like a ute in a paddock doing circle work, not getting anywhere. There's going to be that'll be quite slippery. So we'll see what happens. He's dropping a lot of mud. Gee, left the road early, didn't he?
Coming in hot. Keep the boot in it.
It's been a busy race for him so far. And then you can hear he's just full throttle. I mean, fortunately, there's no one coming around there, but there will be a fair bit of mud on entry to turn 2.
That exit part where you come up and out of turn 2 as we're watching the replay.
Here you go.
Yeah, see, it's so easy to do that there, except he sort of overcorrected that on the brakes. So
kind of got away with it. It hasn't damaged it too badly.
May have done him good to maybe even get off the brake that little bit. It's very easy from the commentary box.
Staring contest between these two. The Grey Nomad, they call him. Like you said, he's been racing for years. And let's just check this one out. It's like Disney on ice here today. Looks more like water skiing.
If it dries out, I'd hate to see what it's going to be like there once it all... There is so much mud on the exit of turn 1 where people have speared off.
Not enough to have a crack, though, at turn 7.
Ryle's a good racer. He knows how to throw a good move on, so if he gets close enough...
Oh, Crick cops a shot in the background. I think Tony Ordino got him. Couldn't quite see that far back. Enough to push him wide. And there's a change for position there. Cena's picking up one as well. So, Crick's back in the pits, and this is why. Aggressive up the inside, trying that turn 7 move. Ordino getting into him. And 2 or 3 taps on the Plus Fitness car, really finishing the job. Oh dear, that's Blake Skibberus, and he's got heavy damage to the left front and left side of this car. Has that gone in at turn 2? Look at that, that is a nasty hit. And I imagine this will be what happened to Blake Skibberus. Whoa, high and dry. Whoa.
That was quite heavy contact. It's pretty scary coming.
Watch the camera.
Straight into the camera.
Coming.
You see the impact on his head as well as he comes across. You see his helmet, visor.
Oh, man, this was a violent impact. It took a lifetime to actually get to the fence when it was out there.
Boom, watch his head across there. Oh, he'll wonder why he's got a sore neck tomorrow, but poor old camera got discarded in that.
Look at the glass shards. Is that enough to puncture a tyre if you run out wide there?
They're so strong, these Utes, aren't they?
That was a nasty shunt. One more time as we say goodbye to this camera.
I'll move across and block, and I'll stay there, slow him up.
Oh, here we go. Barbera now up the inside. Zekanovic saw that one coming, and he might get both of them. Oh, he hits Barbera and sends him round. Off and down into the gravel goes the young Queenslander, Zekanovic. Stuck his nose in there, and Harris with more problems now. An issue for Ryle Harris right at the same time. So there was no contact with Ryle Harris in the blue and white Ute. It was all these two. Zekanovic knew he had to pounce. He couldn't let Barbera get away. Hence, with so much wet practice as well on the Friday. A lot of these teams just unsure of where their setup needs to be. And Spratt's, he's doing a Mostert. Will he get stuck on the fence? Not quite. That was almost exactly what Chaz Mostert did a few years ago here. Is this easy to do?
Yeah, it is, because where the track actually moves across to the right and then gives you a little bit, so it's easy to straight line that, and as soon as you get that left rear tyre on the dirt.
Braking markers for the first time pretty much in the race yesterday.
Yep.
And did a really good job to finish P3. And then on top of that, he was looking at a lot of data last night, trying to find the place. Oh, Zekanovic stalls it on the front row. They scatter, they miss him. Do they? Oh, that was close with Crick at the last spot. Hold your breath, they get through, and Skibberus is going for a ride here. He will just go off.
He's best just to take the shortcut at the moment. Let's hope he's safe when he rejoins, because the last thing you want to do is carry too much speed across.
Did that well, actually.
He's done that very well.
Spratt trying to pounce on him here at the inside.
Yeah, good move. You get done for an unsafe rejoin if you do that, so you'd be straight to the stewards, but that one I think is pretty safe.
Zekanovic bottled it on the start line from P1. Oh no, and it could get worse. Oh. Good job, Zekanovic, missing the spinning 49 of Chris Formosa. He saw that one coming, read the play well, swung over to the right-hand side to miss him. So there's one back.
Oh yeah, look, he moved slightly. How that's reflected on the whole race, I think he's pretty safe there.
And how about Skibberus coming over? He got a lightning start, Skibberus, but
yeah, he shut the door on the outside and
threw himself off the road there. Oh, that's an awkward spot for Chris Formosa to go, and don't go too far backwards. Oh man, quick thinking from Marcus Zekanovic to get his way out of that one. And good work from the marshals with the yellow flag, letting Zekanovic know that there could be a problem around the corner. That is a blind turn. And that was some hard-in-your-mouth moments right there.
Nearly a carbon copy of what we saw happen to Craig Lowndes in the supercar session earlier. He's just tried to use a little bit too much curb on the right-hand side there. You see the car bounce, and as it's bouncing, this is where it gets a bit average, very close.
So Zekanovic up 3 spots already on the opening lap. Oh, how about this move? That's ambitious. Spratt, the Kiwis are back at it again.
I think Spratt's got something against the rear bumper of Ward's car, hasn't he? Made a little jump on Kim, and that was enough to be able to get in front of him by the time they got to the braking area too.
Bang. It's a great spot to make a passing move. Stick focusing on his Super 2 campaign this weekend. Oh, that's a huge lock-up for Collinson. He might not be able to avoid Zekanovic. Smart heads-up driving from Zekanovic, looking in his mirrors, saw the bushfire that was happening behind him.
Tried to put a move on his mate and hasn't got the job done, unfortunately.
Turn 11's their favourite corner in this race. Try. That's a long way back if he's having a crack from there. Whoa. That is awesome. That is having a serious go.
I'd probably use the word ambitious. That was a little bit ambitious. He's come here, you're dead right.
So,
oh, here we go, Mick Cedars, look at him. We spoke about this.
Wow.
He's up the inside.
Couldn't quite pull it off. And oh, his teammate behind him spins. Craig Dontis, that's a rarity.
Rear lock from Craig Dontis caused him to go around, but...
Number 2, oof. And Formosa has had another moment.
Guys, I jumped in with Richard Moore just before the session to ask what was happening. He said, oh, look, we're just getting the car set up for Bathurst.
All right, so he's finding the limits in this session, isn't he, Chris Formosa? Having a proper go. Carried that left front all the way into the turning point. And yes, as they all crowd the inside line down to turn 1, it's Royal Harris, the race leader. Nice start on the outside of row 1.
A little bit too much wheel spin there.
Oh, goodness. Mick Cedars getting into Matt Spratt. The boys go for a wild ride. Sight unseen, I think, there. They get through it, though.
Just not enough racing room.
It's really difficult to actually have much vision in these cars.
Yeah, all race cars are pretty similar to that. You've got the roll cage inside there, but unfortunately, Cedars is going to have a look at this post-race and just take it into consideration for the next 2 races over the weekend, because for me, it is possible to go through there too wide. You just need to give each other enough room like these guys are doing here.
The damage was already done, wasn't it? Still parts of this car falling off. That car now back in the pits.
Force the issue into the last corner there. There probably wasn't a gap, but he made a gap. And that's terrific racing.
And he's got the overlap again. Harris tries to cover, but the pink and black nose is already there.
Ryle needs to be...
Oh! I thought they were going then. I thought they were gone. And that could have been monstrous.
Absolutely, it could have. And really, the onus there was on Ryle Harris. You cannot run somebody over the white line. You can run them to the edge of it, and it's still on here. Pretty busy back in the pack here.
Zekanovic, Nolan, Cameron, this battle. Oh, the 2 of them run wide on the cold tyres. And Zekanovic, the 2006 champion, has the experience to pick one off. And there goes Nolan, speared by Ericsson. And he's stuck there. Last lap, though. So it'll be raced back to the finish line.
Relative to those guys he's running against, and we saw a really good example of it there when he got that run on Kim James.
Oh.
Peter Ward just way too deep. Kim James being sucked in as well and just too late on the brake.
Here it is from behind. Oh. Front left locked up when the weight went off it, and he went skittling into the back of the big orange and black Mango Credit Ute. Cedars did a good job not to fire off the road with that extra contact. Doing a really nice job. He's up to 13th. Oh, Cameron now dropping the wheels, but should be okay. He'll come under fire from Ben Dunn on the outside. He'll have the inside sit at turn 6, but Dunn's got it done. Whoa. That will be Woods running the high line, and Dunn goes around. We're just talking about it being on the outside of Scott Cameron. Now, this is what happened between Cameron and Dunn. So Dunn did have some pretty dirty tyres after running wide at turn 5. Got into the rear tailgate. That's a shame.
Oh, there we go. So that was a better shot of it. So Scotty Cameron didn't actually touch the back of Ben Dunn there.
Very, very fast and quite clean. So we check out Formosa locking up. Oh, yes. Jonathan blocks him, letting it all hang out the bestjet.com ute twice.
Little drift expression session there. Obviously a bit more power in that engine that they put in last night.
Yeah, true. Speaking of drifting, man, that's Matty Nolan. Lives on the Gold Coast, former hockey player. And very handy on a jet ski as well. Pretty handy in the utes too.
Pretty
Big
handy
slide.
in the dirt there by the look
Not
of it
bad.
also.
Oh, this is late under brakes. Can they get it both pulled up? Great battle at turn 6. Good racing room given from Nolan. And they'll go side by side onto the straight. Oh no, gather it back up. That could have been huge. And I think maybe there's damage to Ericsson, who's pulling up slowly. on the straight. What a shame.
Ericsson looks like he's back underway now. So maybe he was just trying to work out if he did have an issue of some description or not. Wasn't actually that big a hit into his car. Matty Nolan just too early on the gas there on the exit, and because he was a little bit wider than he normally was, he was out in the marbles, and it just caused that little bit of rear steer and into the back of Ericsson's ute.
No malice in it, but it was pretty good, clean racing until that point. It just stood out. Oh, it climbed up on him as well, and that concrete wall on the left-hand side on the Dick Johnson straight really pops out in a hurry, so lucky he didn't shoot off to the left. We've also got one off at turn 3, and this is why. It's Ben Dunn, and he is beached, but he has gone a long way back in there. That went off at a great rate of knots. There he is. Big dust cloud still settling at turn 3.
Mason got the job done on Andrew Fisher in the background.
Back live, and it's still on. Same corner. Woods back up the inside of turn 3. Skibberus just hops into this battle as well. Mason Barbera's there. Oh, Jane might be going around. Wow, great work from Mason Barbera to avoid him.
Just shaver up while he's driving around.
This is a pretty wild moment. A little real estate entry. Scotty Cameron, he's just got away with it. He's scraped the left rear and maybe broken that left rear tail light cover. Oh, that was a nervous moment. You don't want to be sitting driver's side onto traffic, I imagine, at turn 2.
And the hard part there for Scott is that
view from Matt Nolan's car. And this may be the guy who helped him down there. So watch the Mick Hitch bright yellow ute. Tap, bang, move. That's the utes for you. Young and old right there, quite literally. Opposite ends of their careers, Matt Knowlton and Richard Mork, and then at the chase. Oh, yeah, just a bit of a kiss.
Very lucky that it wasn't any harder than that, and he didn't push Ryle off the road. So
Donches with a serious overlap at turn 1.
Looks even more like there's a bit more going on there for Kim Jane. It doesn't look like, I mean, 50 kilos is a lot of weight, but that was a big run that Craig had. Look at Craig just leaning on Kim Jane. And that tells a better story for us, doesn't it? We thought Kim was being super defensive, but Craig was actually steering that car for Kim from the rear. He was helping him turn.
Speaking of turning, yeah, Formosa spinning around at turn 1, and the change for the lead potentially. Oh, the Bushranger ute and the Burbank ute into it.
Great shot there. It tells exactly what happened. Peter, unfortunately, was about half a car width, just too wide. As we see the onboard here, see, not able to get the car turned, not able to get to the apex on the left-hander there. And once you're out, just even that 2 meters too wide, you end up, unfortunately, running all, it just sucks you out there. And you know when you're in the car, you're feeling, you're turning the steering wheel going, I know that this car's not turning.
Whoa, what is going on here? Backwards, Matt Nolan has gone into the fence through the chase. It comes to a rest inside the middle of the chase. Now that hole in the windscreen was actually there beforehand. And Izzy beached, rare spot to get caught. He's knocked a few brake markers out as well. So if he can get moving here, and it looks like he will, poor Nathan Pretty's going to arrive down there next time by. There's going to be gravel everywhere and no brake markers.
Yeah, he's essentially going to be the pioneer, Nathan Pretty. So flag marshals are very, very...
Oh, tag by Craig Woods. That is a wild, wild moment at over 200 kilometres per hour. Whoa.
Craig Woods, unfortunately, see 2 angles of that, and I'm going to have to firmly sit the blame in Craig Woods' lap. He came in at a very shallow angle there. Anytime 2 guys, as we go on board here, we can hear that contact well and truly through the kink on the way down to the chase.
Wow. That is one of the most spectacular onboards we've seen from a ute here at the mountain. Frightening stuff, Andy.
Scary ride there for Matty Nolan.
And then last corner. It's going to probably be getting asked a few questions after the race anyway, Craig Woods, with the involvement at that moment with Matty Nolan earlier. Cedars with some pretty experienced drivers behind him. More tyres locking up. Oh, no, from inside the front 3. He started on the front row, and Scott Cameron's looped it around.
Hit that he received in the windscreen yesterday. Yeah. They've elected not to change the windscreen, but just tape over it.
Oh, that is banging mirrors, between a couple of the more experienced guys, and that was the moment for Scotty Cameron. Did he get the wall? Oh, yeah. Definitely with that right front tyre at the end, swinging round, and he has had to come down. Former Utes racer Bruce Oakland's helping out with the recovery team this weekend. Whoa, side by side, and that was the result.
I think the side-by-side, though, for me, was Marcus has probably had an issue coming into the cutting there.
Ooh. So this actually started at the bottom of the hill. Maybe related. So it was Zukanovic and Cedars going into Hell Corner. That was more than just a tap. That could have been enough to cut a tyre, bend some steering. You did say that maybe he already had an issue when he got to the cutting.
It's a problem with the gear shift that's hurting him. But every time we get to Conrod, he's just a sitting duck.
You guys running wide this time, including Tony Ordino up across the grass. So,
a few guys, two-thirds of the field.
Harris has got through now for third in the battle for the lead. Back on again, banging wheels and up and over the curb goes the race leader, Skiveris.
He's going to go, here we go, big power slide out to driver's right. Busy on that steering wheel. It's all okay for him because he can see where...
Guys like Ross Stone at the helm putting that project together. It's going to be exciting. We'll have familiar names like Pretty Harris Jane hopefully on the grid as well. Oh no, it's on here between Carl Austin and Matty Nolan. Good save. Very good save.
Just tagged the wall on the right rear of that thing, did Kyle Austin.
On debut in this championship here this weekend. And the red flag is flying here. Let's investigate here, Macca.
Looks like he's locked the rear brakes when he's gone down the gear and just got some compression lock in the gearbox, and it's just managed to turn him around as he's turned into the corner.
Got the hula girl going, that's for sure. On the dash.
Bobbling away.
Oops, got Matt Nolan around here. The exit of turn 13, that's a tough spot. He's done well to get out of there. So what happened to Matt Nolan?
See what happened there. He may have got the curb a little bit, which just unsettled him with the painted lines.
Oh no, that's a big one. Whack. It'd been such a clean race until that point. Blake Skiveris with a big wild moment. Had it all locked up. Oh, Jeremy Gray, the innocent victim in that one. We would have been thinking, what on earth was happening when he was suddenly pirouetting into the fence?
He definitely wouldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah, and he's had to pull that car up inside turn 4. So poor MJ having his own race at the back of the field here and still learning the ropes. Whoa.
He's got on the throttle a little bit too hard over the ribble strip there.
Watch the hula girl really kick into action. It's being so easy as well.
Yeah.
Tricky race cars to drive. East Coast Bull Bars V8 Utes.
Especially in these conditions, let alone just in the dry.
Oh, and here we go. This is how Barbera got by his teammate by giving him a shove.
Bit of a bump and run there.
Wow. Two of the Utes, and now Richard Morks had a moment in the McHitch entry. Now looks like potentially he's kept this off the walls.
Yeah, hopefully he can get that going again.
Well, these guys are all on top of each other. Barbera fighting away with Roll Harris and also Nolan. That was pretty tight. And then further back there, who's almost identical.
Yeah, a bit of a repeat, really.
Someone's locking up. Oh, Jane, I thought he was getting the fence that time. Nope. There goes a piece of mirror. There goes Matt Nolan. And here goes Harrison Woods, and this is an on. Oh, there could be two of the championship leaders caught up here. How did they get away with that?
Man, that was crazy. He'd be looking to retaliate after a bit of a scratchy restart, as you could say.
Oh, in the background, Nolan gets put into the fence by Zukanovic as well, so there's a little bit going on in the background. Here's this move for second. Looked like Woods wanted to have a crack at the inside of Jane, didn't quite see where Roll Harris was and just leant on the front of his car. Awesome racing. And this is Zukanovic and Nolan. We just caught the start of this. Whoops, caught up together, whack.
It got a little bit awkward with him there.
Oh, on board with Nolan. Now watch the handwork here, trying to catch it. Gee whiz.
That was man, hands were flying everywhere then. Still not quite close enough.
Oh, he's got some overlap. Can he get the power down in time? A little bit of contact between he and Dantas. He's up there. And he goes through for the race lead, maybe. Contact. Bit of push and shove. Dantas on the inside at 13.
Ooh, bit of contact there.
Watch for the blue Ute. There it is. So Dantas succumbs to the pressure. They're all leaning on each other down at the hairpin. This is cracking stuff.
Be a bit of a shame for them to get that penalty, but I think that's the cost of it.
Check this out. No room between the wall and the fenders of the Shannon's car. Got Miami Smash Repairs on the bonnet. Local company here this weekend, supporting Marcus Academy, and that's Jane in his round. And this will have championship ramifications if he can't get out of there in a hurry. Oh, he's just going to bang it in reverse. And look, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
That's a bit of a strange way to go.
He's going to reverse the whole way of the track. He's doing a Ricky Bobby. What happened to Kim Jane? Oh, no. Contact with the IOR entry.
Yeah, there's a bit of contact there. It's not really a passing spot normally, you know, unless they've made a mistake in front of you. But it didn't really look like that. He just showed the nose and made contact with the rear. Sakanovic is defending really hard here at the moment. But just running a little bit wide and locking a brake, and it's opened the door right open.
Oh, no, here it goes.
More contact.
Can he hang on to it? This could be the big one we've been waiting for, and they've managed to get out of there. Sometimes when they end up in the fence like that, they all stack on top of each other, and it's going to continue for another corner. Here we go. The cap is off the bottle. The
wheel
left
is
front
off.
ripped off it. Austin dives in, and that was brewing.
Yeah, that's been brewing for a couple of laps now.
Oh, no. Look at this.
Quite a lot of damage to a few
Matt
cars
Nolan.
now.
Oh, dear. He's parked that in both sides of the fence. Goodness me. And his day.
He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, apologies for the language. I'll chime in and help out there. I think he's not exactly happy with how things transpired down there. Fired up there. Let's see if we can dissect this one, Macca. Started with Sakanovic getting together with Robbins.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward rejoin as well, and it's just a very tight area of the track, and just run a little bit wide into the tyre wall, and it's caught him in front.
Ericsson, sorry,
contact there.
Involved as well. Half of that battle pack taken out. Skipper has managed to get through on the inside, and whack! There's the contact. As that tray went flying backwards into Matty Nolan's viewpoint. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Yeah, really just unfortunate there. It's a bit of a, he couldn't really help that. He just had nowhere to go and hit the back of it.
Okay, yep. We need the beeper button out there for Matty Nolan today.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit fired up. And you can understand with the back end of one of these cars coming firing into him like that. And again, we really do honestly apologise for the language. The Ute drivers just getting a little bit hot under the collar today. Oh, a couple of nasty hits there for Matt Nolan.
Yeah, he'll have some heavy damage on that car. Be a big repair job.
To be able to come to a circuit like this, I guess it's an even playing field in terms of knowing where you're going to go. But very different car to what he's used to, and he's feeling very at home in it. Just done the right thing.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Contact between the teammates in qualifying, and is this potentially championship busting for Ryle Harris?
I'm going to make comment here that Ryle Harris contributed to that incident. The footage that I just saw, it looked like he was not happy with Matt Griffin staying on line through turns 8 and 9 and just tried to squeeze him a little bit too much. We need to see another replay of that, but there is heavy damage to both those two cars. This is crazy stuff in qualifying from the teammates.
What on earth?
Let's have a little look at the replay here. This is the point I was making through turn 8 and 9 there. Matt Griffin did really well to get out of the way, but it's awkward because when you look at the fence on the left-hand side of the road where that Armour All sign was, Matt Griffin couldn't get any further over to the left, but Ryle was trying to take his normal line. Probably wasn't aware that he hadn't cleared him. You know what, I'm going to rescind my earlier statement and just say it was an awkward racing incident by both guys, unfortunately. Ryle hugely credentialed in this category, but it just looked like he hadn't cleared. And another awkward incident in the pit lane. What is going on here? Too much beach time for these boys maybe this morning. I don't know, this is crazy.
Oh, it's all of a sudden gone a bit quirky in the Utes. And that is the reigning champion who's just driven at the back of a rookie, Aaron Cameron, in only his second appearance in the Utes. Yo, famous for always a bit of drama and a few storylines, the Utes.
Some big damage there too. Look at the right front wheel on that car of Cedars. So here we go.
Oh.
Just did not see Cameron park that car there.
That is bizarre. Just for a second there, I thought I saw a car slipping sideways in the background as well.
Buried very deep into the tyre bundles there. You can see really up to the driver's side door. I think Marcus is going to have to do a pretty good job to get out of that tyre bundle. A lot of weight sitting on the top of that car, which is going to off his car and help him get out.
Let's see how it all happens. All on his lonesome. Right in front of the championship leader. Oh, man, that was close.
So great replay there from our cameraman. Let's see if we can catch it from this angle, but you can see everybody prior to Marcus just clipping that inside curb at turn 1. And what happens when you clip that curb? It unloads the rear diff in these cars and lets the car rotate a little bit more. Marcus obviously didn't hit that curb, didn't rotate, ended up in the fence. And that was that moment you were talking about, Chad.
And what a save.
Scotty Cameron.
I thought surely if you're having a moment there, you're going into that Dunlop sign. Scott Cameron knew better.
And drag that Ward demolition car from where it would normally run in the hands of Peter.
Oh, Jane to the fence! Can he gather it back up? This is a huge moment. That was a big old slide. He somehow caught it. It'll cost him 2 spots.
There has to be damage to the right-hand side of that car. Has to be big damage. Let's have a look at this replay. I think we're going to catch the back end of it. No, there we go. Just too much pace. Oh, I reckon he's going to be pretty lucky there, mate. Very light touch with the rear of the car. That one there. And it's just rubbed around the outside.
Pretty serious.
Lucky that he didn't hit harder with that right front with a lot of lock on. Move on Jeremy Gray. Whoop. We've got our hauler girl.
Oh, that's a tough spot to turn from.
Popping away on the dash there. Need to be careful pulling out in front of the traffic.
Line it up. Michael James. This is exactly what happened to Michael James. Oh, I've got the inside curb. Around she goes.
Yeah, just caught that inside curb with the left-hand side of the car, and it dragged him around. Now here we might see the back end of what happened. Absolutely we do. So this is what's given Jeremy Gray. What a great touch that bell was ringing in the background.
How fitting. And away we go. It's a good start for Harris. He's got one already. That's Jeremy Gray. Oh, there's contact between himself and Aaron Cameron. Can he get the car stopped? He launches up the inside and there's contact. Big time contact between his teammate. Cameron stuck on the racetrack. And this one could be sorted out in the official's hands. He goes defensive up the hill. Turn 2, Gray, right up his tailgate. Gives him a bump. Oh my goodness.
And it still continues on the exit of turn 2.
Outside row 3, watch for the 58, the blue car.
So just have a look in the background there. Aaron Cameron's gone pretty defensive. Ryle has hooked hard drivers left, up the inside, made contact with the back of Aaron Cameron as he fired across the road before they even got to the braking zone. And then unfortunately has pushed Aaron Cameron into that tyre barrier. I'd be curious to see how the officials play this. Coat tyre sign, unfortunately in the way where he moved across the road very quickly. But
man,
the thing with a turn 1 incident like that and the way the officials read it is it's so busy in this part of the race and it's so intense and so chaotic that if we see a little incident like that, generally it's hard to make a decision from the officials' perspective on the fly. So, I don't know.
The most important decisions they've ever been left with.
That's why they're on the big bucks.
Well, look at this gap getting smaller and smaller. Around Wilson, not a bad start, that one from Michael James. Only his 6th start in a V8 Ute. Oh, knew it was almost clear. If Harris drops back to 8th, the championship will be a draw. If he drops back to 9th, the championship is James, and this will help unless it brings out a safety car. Cameron goes around.
You can see Cameron there looking in that left-hand mirror.
Oh, nearly gets sideswiped on his way back. Total chaos. Somehow we're still green. Can they all get out of there?
He's going as hard as he can. So let's have a look at a replay of this. We saw on board with Cameron. He knew that there was a car up the inside. We could hear the rear locking. He was as late as he possibly could. That move wasn't on. I think we'll see another penalty happen here.
Oh, that was close. And confirmation from the pits. The team have elected to not tell Ryle that that penalty's hanging there. So, Andy, they've taken your approach. And you'd have to assume that Matt Spratt will likely be getting a penalty as well. So that could also help Ryle Harris out.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we see Peter Burnett there just go across the bonnet. He had nowhere to go as Scott Cameron was doing a flick spin to turn around. So unfortunate for Pete. Been a stalwart of the category for a long, long time.
All of a sudden, we have absolutely no idea how this is going to wash out.
And look at what's happening here. Harris has worked out how to drive that thing with a little bit of bent steering to get the most out of it. He's on the back of Kim. So even though he doesn't, we've heard confirmation, he does not know. All right, he's having a little look up the inside.
First and second go at it. Jane bumps the fence. Harris goes through, unaware of his 10-second penalty that's looming right now.
That was a big move, wasn't it?
Does Jane know that Ryle has a penalty?
Surely not. Surely not. Let's have a little replay of this. So, as I was talking about, Ryle's worked out how to drive that car with the bent steering. He's carried a huge amount of momentum down the hill, and that's not your typical passing spot. Again, he's just forced the move, very similar to what happened down at turn 1. Right front wheel flapping pretty hard there, so he's made pretty hard contact with either the fence or on both sides by the look of it. Struggling to turn left. And Nelly into the tyre wall on the exit of turn 8 there, turn 9. Paul. Richard Mork also. What is going on?
Ute Racing, Andy. That's what's going on.
These guys are definitely not disappointing in their final ever event, are they? I think we need more screens here to keep an eye on the action. So this is a replay of what happened with Formosa. Just too wide on the marbles, trying to hang on the outside of Cameron. It looked like Aaron Cameron was getting the move done. Formosa wasn't able to give up, so he went from the inside to the outside. And that's why both mirrors are hanging off it.
Looking pretty sad, that.
The 10-second penalty, so he was driving very smart there by letting Ryle, you know, giving him a bit of room. Yes, they bumped doors, but it wasn't big. But speaking of big, that was a big one there for Richard Mork.